Good morning, everyone. My name is Rusty Pelt, Senior Consultant with Mark System ECI. Today, we're going to have a discussion about the MySQL database that Mark Systems use for custom reporting, and kind of explain the basics of why we're using that, and then kind of show you how easy it is to create your own reports. And we're trying to get people to embrace that with these dynamic reports. We do have several hundred reports in Mark Systems that you can use, but we call those static reports. They're great reports, but you have to run those to get your data one at a time. So if you change preferences, then you have to continue to reprint out the reports. So we refer to those as static reports. There's nothing wrong with them, but they're just older reports. Now, excuse me. Now, with Mark Systems MySQL, we are now using a web-based database, and we're pulling that data from your live data. It's a web-based database, very dynamic. You can access that through multiple softwares. We use Excel mostly because of the versatility and ease of use, and especially the way it formats financials and things like that. It's a great program. You can also use Power BI. You can use Tableau. There's so many different analytic softwares out there that you can use to access the data. Now, let's talk about how this works. Okay, it's pretty simple. So basically, out on the servers, there's a MySQL database that is set up. Now, from your computer, I'm going to show you how you can kind of see that. So what we do is we go into our computers and we can type in ODBC. Okay, and I can search on that 64-bit, which is going to bring up this screen here. Okay, so there's what's called System DSN. This System DSN allows me to set up the drivers to connect to the database, and then we also set up the actual connection. So you can see here I have all of these different companies set up that I can access their data. Now I have my data, or my test data, set up, so it's ODBC Rusty, there it is, MySQL _ Rusty, that's my database. So we set up this connection here, so that's all this is a connection from your computer directly to your data. Okay, so again, this is a secure connection to that data. So we're going to double click on this just to kind of show you. So here's our data source name. Your company is going to have something similar to this, but specific to your company. It's going to have the server that's going to connect to the user, password, the database. We can test it, and the connection is successful, so we know everything's working. So what we do is we set up this connector to the ODBC, okay, to the MySQL database. You see that at the top? Okay. So once that connection is set up, it does have to be set up on each computer that's going to be writing reports and connecting to the database. So that's a pretty simple thing for us to set up. We prefer to show your IT guys how to set that up, just in case you're a larger company and you're going to be using MySQL a lot or changing computers. We can help you with one or two computers, but beyond that, we'd have to show someone how to set up that connection. Pretty simple. Okay, so now let's write a report and use that connection that I've got connected to my database. Pretty simple stuff here. Okay, so I'm going to bring up my Excel spreadsheet. Okay, and I'm going to save this somewhere. I'm just going to save it to my desktop here. I'm going to call it my test data. You want to save it somewhere on your desktop. So literally this is an Excel spreadsheet on steroids, as I say. It's a very dynamic report. Okay, so we're going to go in here and write a very simple report. We're going to pull from the house master table some information. But we're going to go in here and look. We're going to go to, we're going to start with data, get data from other sources. Now there's all different types of databases that you can access. Right now we're going to use Microsoft Query. Now remember that list that I just showed you a moment ago. We're going to use that connection that is set up from your computer to the MySQL database. So we're going to do, let's see if I can find it here, MySQL Rusty. We're going to create that connection. Okay, it's going to ask me what tables. So now here's my data, all the tables that are there. Pretty simple here. I'm going to go to House Master. And it's kind of on my other screen, but I kind of want to show it to you here. So here's my House Master that I've added to help build this report. Here's my table, House Master, and then all of the items that I'm able to access. So you can kind of see where I'm going with this. So we have the House Master table, and then we're going to choose company, right? Development, because we always want to start with that usually. Company development, house number, address. So you see what I'm doing here is I'm building a report. So I'm connecting directly to my data through the MySQL database. I'm bringing the data in, and there's so many other things that I can choose from. Now, I want to just start with that report, and then I'm going to return it down to the Excel spreadsheet. Okay. And there we go. We've written a dynamic report to where I can go in now and I can actually sort my companies. If I just want to see company 1, if I just want to see a specific development, if I want to see AB, right? And then if I want to sort it down to a specific house or grouping of houses, but you get the idea of what I'm doing. So this is a dynamic report. This data is connected directly to my MySQL database, and I can of course go up here to data and refresh all. Okay. At any point I can go in and hit refresh and it'll re-pull the information from my database. Okay. So that essentially is how we write reports in Mark Systems. This is a dynamic report. There's lots of other things that we can do. We can use Power Query. We can have multiple tables. We can do VLOOKUPs and all that kind of stuff that you already do in Excel in your financials. And we can help you learn how to do that and build these reports. They're not too complicated. So if you're an Excel master already, you can definitely figure out how to pull these that live data to where you don't have to enter that information in. It's pretty cool stuff. So I hope that helps you understand the MySQL database. If you have any more questions, you can certainly send me an email directly, rpelt@eciSolutions.com. And I'm happy to help you and answer any questions that you may have. And I hope this video helps. Have a great day.